this one turned into one of those games you have to manufacture a win out of, and that's what we did tonight.
For a few weeks during a crucial stretch of this season, the Bulls let us inside their traveling roadshow. We went along as they found ways to compete off the court, as they unwound in their specially outfitted plane, and as they dealt with the pressures of trying to win 70 games in the regular season, more than any team in the NBA ever had. What we found was there's a lot more going on here than just basketball. In fact, it sometimes felt more like a soap opera.
Everyone last year, at the end of last year, said that he's losing a step, he's making mistakes.
After a failed attempt at baseball, Jordan returned to basketball near the end of last season. And for the first time, he seemed to have lost some of his skills.
And is that part of what this year is about, trying to prove that you're the best all over again?
Sure. They criticized my game, which, before I retired, no one could do that. No one could criticize my game.
It was precisely the kind of challenge this super competitor likes to use to drive himself. This season, he's once again leading the league in scoring. Opponents say he's more focused, hungrier than ever.
Straight out, no false modesty. Are you the best to ever play this game?
I like to think that I was the best. When I leave this game, I like to think that I was the best I ever played in the 15 years that I played.
I got a first-hand look at Jordan's competitive drive at the Bulls practice gym outside Chicago when we played a schoolyard shooting game called Horse. Your opponent picks up a letter every time you make a shot and he misses. Jordan wanted to shorten the game.
Instead of horse, let's play dog.
What's dog?
D-O-G instead of H-O-R-S-E.
Oh, yes, okay.
Well, I got a feeling you ain't going to win.
I then gave Jordan a few handicaps. He started with D-O and had to shoot from beyond the three-point line. He tried some mind games to reduce my advantage.
Now, hold.
I have to go, I can't do it.
You got to stay outside the red, right?
All right, I'll stay outside the red. Oh, see, he's already got the game going. All right, here
No,
we go.
I understand the game.
Jordan matched me and then started to turn up the heat.
Hey. Well, I see you don't like noise. I hate to see you play in front of 23,000.
It became clear he doesn't like to lose at anything. Jordan began coming back. It came down to one last shot.
Oh, we're back to a pressure point again. Please don't let him win. Please don't let him win.
Now, that would be dog, wouldn't it?
No, weren't we playing horse?
I then decided to press my luck and cover Jordan one-on-one.
Now you're going to give me a jump shot. What are you doing?
This is humiliating, isn't it?
That's the
point, isn't it?
That's the point. That's the difference between you and me. I'm a professional, you're an amateur. See, this is the whole art of me having an advantage over the defense. You can't tell me. No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet?
No.
Does the expression toying with somebody mean anything?
Okay, you think it's so easy? You try it. The Bulls' nights are electric, lived in the spotlight. But their days look like this, hanging out in hotels. Backup center Bill Wennington has been taking home movies all season of life with the Bulls, such as Thanksgiving dinner in a Salt Lake City hotel.
Thanksgiving on the road with Chicago Bulls. This is what it's like. There you go, Scotty. Scotty, what are you going to eat on this Thanksgiving Day, Scotty? Look at that food.
Nice,
look at that. That's beautiful.
One Saturday in mid-March, he narrates the view of the New Jersey Meadowlands from his hotel room.
Lovely view, New Jersey here at the hotel. Life in the NBA, it's just grand.
Downstairs, Jordan is in the exercise room. At age 33, he says he's older and wiser.
As you get older, you lose something. And what you do in working out physically is to try to conserve some of those things that you lose so quickly.
So if you were 100% at your peak, where are you now?
Now maybe about 97, 95. I'm not far off, but I'm pretty close. It's hard for the eye to detect, which is good.
Dennis Rodman has his own way of preparing. In the locker room before the game, he listens to Pearl Jam, appearing to be at peace with the world. But only 10 minutes into the game, the time bomb that's been ticking all season explodes.
Rodman can't believe it.
Rodman is called for a technical foul, and during an argument, headbutts a referee. He is thrown out of the game. but doesn't leave the court quickly or quietly.
Dennis Rodman is irate.
One of the Bulls' stars, Scottie Pippen, is already out with a bad ankle. And now this. For the first time all season, the team is thrown off balance.
You run your 5 up and get Bill out there, get a jumper. Now we got to get a flow to this game.
Jordan realizes he now has 2 jobs, his own and Rodman's. He is all over the court, scoring 37 points and pulling down 16 rebounds. In the end, the Bulls escape with a 2-point victory. Back in the locker room, Rodman is in a talkative mood, perhaps too talkative.
Rod Thorne, David Stern, suspend me, okay? You guys are so big, suspend me.
By the next day, the incident is getting banner headlines on sports pages across the country. The Bulls have an off day in Philadelphia, so we take a ride with Rodman.
Do you think you did anything wrong last night?
I didn't do anything wrong last night. In my honest opinion, I didn't do anything wrong. It's getting too obvious what the league and the referees are doing. They're making me a marked man where any little thing that I do is a problem. And tomorrow people look in the black and white. Oh, he's done it again. He's at it again. What is wrong with that psycho? And they don't understand, though. I'm not crazy. I know exactly what's going on.
On a day when he's under threat of a major suspension, Rodman takes us to a giant indoor amusement park, featuring, appropriately enough, virtual reality games.
This has a little bit of deja vu with last night in New Jersey.
Later, we play a more sedate game of pool, but nothing is ever sedate with Rodman. That's when he asked for some scissors to loosen his shirt.
People love to see, they would love to see me kill myself, wouldn't they?
Back at the hotel, veterans Ron Harper and James Edwards relax, watching college basketball. Edwards shows us some of the problems someone 7'1" has on the road, like trying to sleep in a hotel bed or trying to take a shower.
Well, you kind of got to bend down like that, so they don't make hotels for 7'1" guys. Usually guys your height.
But there's no laughing the next afternoon when the NBA announces its verdict.
One of pro basketball's most volatile players has been penalized for his behavior.
Rodman is suspended 6 games. The combination of fine and suspension will cost him more than $200,000. It's the 3rd stiffest fine to that point in NBA history, and it may also cost the Bulls their opportunity to win 70 games.
In a few minutes, the Bulls will play the lowly Philadelphia 76ers, a game that under normal circumstances would be considered easy. But with Pippen injured and Rodman now suspended, there will be no easy games, which means the burden falls even more heavily than usual on Michael Jordan.
Jordan's shot from the outside is off, but stars somehow find a way. He starts slashing to the basket, scoring 38. The Bulls win their 58th game of the season. The players finally have a chance to relax on their private jet, which for these road warriors is a kind of home. It's more like a cruise ship than an airplane. Up front, the players settle into oversized seats. Dennis Rodman, of all people, is in charge of the in-flight entertainment. John Sally, who's played 10 years on 4 teams, says the Bulls are different.
So, John, is this the way all teams travel in the NBA?
Let me tell you something. This is living.
The middle cabin looks like a living room, and the food they serve is not your standard airline shop.
Chicken. Chicken.
In the back are small compartments. In one, assistant coaches Jim Clemens and John Paxson are already analyzing tapes of the game that just ended.
If we were home, we'd watch it the next morning. But, you know, we turn around and play Sacramento tomorrow night, so we have to, tomorrow we'll get in and we'll work on that.
But the real action is in another compartment, where Michael Jordan holds court, running his fiercely fought game of 5-card gin rummy.
Is this a regular game, the 4 of you?
This is like a ritual.
And who wins?
It varies. Nobody wins dominantly. This is my way of giving some of my money back. This is the way Jack get paid.
The Bulls head back to Chicago on board Champion Air. Finally, last night, the Bulls broke the record.
There it is, 70 wins on the season.
With their usual sense of theater, the Big Three found one another in the crowd. But the record won't mean much unless the Bulls go on to win their 4th championship. And while the team seems to hold a winning hand, there is one wild card in the deck.
You going to do anything to hurt this team in the playoffs?
No, not at all.
So what's your goal in the playoffs this year?
To do what I always do, play hard and be Dennis Rodman.